Hi, welcome or welcome back. Today I have a lower back Pilates class for you. I've been sick with the flu, and in the aftermath of that, I have some pretty serious lower back pain. So I wanted to include you in this practice to see if we can feel a bit better in this lower back area. So for this class, I'll be using a cushion, a pillow. It's just a regular, not too fluffy pillow that I can place double as well. Now, if you don't have one or you don't feel comfortable using one, then you can do this without it as well. All right. So if you're ready, we will meet laying on our backs on the floor. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to fold the pillow in half and stick it in between my legs. And then I'm going to very gently squeeze my legs together. So I have a little bit of a pressure on that pillow. And we'll begin just by aligning ourselves, so making sure that the tailbone is on the floor, it's resting on the floor. The pelvis is resting there. So also the feet are nice and planted. Lower back is off the floor. Thoracic spine, so the middle and upper back is on the floor. The outside of the shoulders are on the floor. Be nice and open at the front here. And the chin is slightly tucked. Make sure that it's the back of your head and not the crown of your head that is resting on the mat. So just take a little moment to press into the floor. Make sure that you are nice and aligned. So we want to make sure that there is a lot of room from in between the tailbone, that is at the end of the lower back, the sacrum, and the top of the head. So we're kind of extending out in both directions. Good job. Now, when you inhale, you're going to balloon out your belly a little bit. So you're filling your belly with air. And on your exhale, you draw your navel to your spine without moving your back. So you see, you're not tilting your lower back or your pelvis. It's just the breath that is moving. So inhale, balloon. Exhale, navel to spine. So the next time you exhale, you're going to draw the navel to the spine, but also draw your pelvic floor up. So you're going to gently squeeze on the exhale. And you can squeeze that pillow as well. Back is not moving. And hold. And release. Again, let's inhale, balloon out the belly. And on the exhale, navel to spine, pelvic floor up, and squeeze the pillow. And let go gently 2 more times. Balloon the belly. Exhale, navel to spine, pelvic floor up, squeeze the pillow. And you hold that squeeze. And hold. And hold. And release. 1 more time. Inhale. On your exhale, squeeze. And relax. Good job. Let's release the pillow now. Just place it at the side of the mat. And now just keeping on that same vibe. On your exhale, you're going to float one leg off the floor. So you want to make it sort of a U shape, so you're not pinching or lifting from your hip flexor here, but you're making a U shape, float that leg up. Okay, so the pelvis, the lower back is in the same position, just moving the leg. So exhale, excuse me, move the leg up and inhale down. Just alternating sides. So make sure that you're nice and stable in your body. So you want to move quite slowly. All right, let's do this. As you exhale to float the leg up, you're going to squeeze that pelvic floor again. And release. So exhale, navel to spine, pelvic floor up. And release. Exhale. And inhale, release. A few more exhale. And release. One more on each side. Exhale, navel to spine, pelvic floor up. And down. And last one. And down. All right, good job. On your next exhale, extend through one of your legs, extending it along the floor. Make sure that you're not shifting in your pelvis as well. And inhale, draw that leg back. Other side, exhale, extend out, squeeze your pelvic floor. Inhale, leg comes back. So you're breathing that leg in again. Exhale, move away, squeeze the pelvic floor. And inhale, draw that heel towards your sit bone. Other side, exhale. Inhale, draw that leg in. So we're trying to stay really still in the body, just moving the tiny, tiny muscles inside of your belly and your pelvic floor. So I find that when I am struggling in my lower back, I want to make it really nice and stable. The urge is always to do a lot of mobility and trying to stretch out in between the vertebrae. That's generally not the best idea. We can do a little bit of that later on, but it's better to keep it nice and stable and strong from the inside. Exhale. And inhale back. Last one. Exhale. And inhale back. Move the soles of your feet closer to your pelvis. We're going to make a little bridge, but in 3 stages. So the first stage is just drawing the navel to the spine, drawing the pelvic floor up, and pressing your lower back into the floor. So just that tiny little movement. Hold it for a few seconds and release. So even if we're holding the position, you can keep breathing. Next stage is going to be same thing, navel to spine, pelvic floor up, press your lower back down, but this time lift your tailbone ever so slightly off the floor. So you can sort of just pass like a sheet of paper under your butt and slowly come back down. And completely let go in between. Next, navel to spine, pelvic floor up, Press your lower back down. Lift the tail. And a little bit push the floor so you can lift your pelvis. So you're lifting all of your lower back off the floor. Not a big movement. And sequentially, one vertebra at a time, calm back down. Let's do it one more time. So first, just navel to spine. Exhale, navel to spine, pelvic floor up. Press your lower back into the floor and hold. And release. Next step, navel to spine, pelvic floor up. Press your lower back. Lift the tailbone. And release, come back to the floor. Last stage, navel to spine, pelvic floor up. Press your lower back down. Lift your tailbone. And now push the floor away. Lift your pelvis. And slowly calm back down. Good job. Now let's come onto the side and sit all the way up and come to all fours. So we'll be moving in the same manner, using some of the same principles and exercises, just in this new position with added weight from gravity. So again, make sure that there is a lot of room between the top of your head and your tailbone. So you're really extending away. You want to gather your feet behind you and widen your knees a little bit. So you have kind of a wide stance here. Let's do the same that we did laying down, which is ballooning out the belly on the inhale. And on the exhale, drawing that navel in. So you see there's no movement in the spine. It's just the breath. Inhale. Exhale. And if you want to progress this, you're going to draw the navel in and pull that pelvic floor up at the same time. Exhale. Let's do it 3 more times in your own time. Last one. Good. Now on your exhale, push your weight a little bit back. You want to not stick your butt out, but keep that openness in your chest. So you're not curving your lower back, you're just coming a bit further towards your knees. So when you feel like you're about to curve, you're going to stop. And now reach from the top of your head and pull your body over your hands again. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Just rocking back and forth. Again, think about that stability. You're kind of moving on a track here. You're nice and supported under your shoulders, the front of your chest. Have a really long spine. Now, if you want to keep drawing that navel in and pulling the pelvic floor up, you're going to do so on your exhale. And now find a neutral position with your arms and legs. So your feet are not together anymore and your knees are just underneath your hips. Release your right arm in front of you. So make sure that you're not shifting your weight here, just standing really nice and stable here. If you can, you're going to float the arm up alongside the air and come back down and place it down other side. Arm comes out in front of you and float it up and down and down. So it's really important to just stay completely still in your body. You're not shifting your weight. I mean, there are micro shifts, okay? But no big shift in your body. If you feel like you have to shift a lot, then you're going to stay with the arm touching the mat. Now, if you want to, you can do the same with the legs. So the opposite leg is going to also move away from center and come back to center. So opposite arm and leg move away along the floor and come back. And if this is okay, you can float the leg and the arm up. Still keeping still in your body. Using that breath. Make sure you're not swaying your back as you lift your leg up. Back is nice and straight, neutral. Pushing the floor away to hold the body off the floor. Last one now. And now, very gently, curve your spine around something. So you hollow out your tummy, your chest, then dropping your head. Let's breathe 3 deep breaths here. Good job. Let's come on to our tummy. Move your pillow in front of you so it's ready for later on. Make your way down. Now you're going to rest your cheek on the, so just choose one side, your right cheek on your left palm. No, the left back of your hand. So I have to lift my head a little bit so that you can hear me. You're just going to relax all the way down. Then move your legs to the corners of the mat, maybe a little less wide. And the opposite arm is either just staying on the side or you can extend it all the way down along your side. All right, let's begin by just lifting the head off the floor. Just a small lift. You don't want it to be so high that you're getting into your lower back and you begin swaying your back. So just lift it a few centimeters off your hand and then you're going to press the front of the hips into the mat so that you get more stable in your lower back. Okay, from here, try to look over your shoulder. And then you're going to place your head down again. And try to relax all the way in between. Again, lift the head, press your hips into the floor, and then look over your shoulder. And then come down. Again, lift your head, moving out from the top of the head, and look back, and come down again. Good job. Now you're going to do the same thing, but you're lifting your arm with your head. So lifting both your arm and your head, and then looking over your shoulder, and then coming down. And relax. Again, lift up, press your hips into the floor, and look over your shoulder, and come back. And relax. One more time, let's come up. And now lift your right leg as well. So that's going to be the opposite leg. And then you're going to look over your shoulder towards that leg, you can say, and relax back down. Everything comes back to the floor. Now everything together one last time. Looking up, lifting that right leg as well. Look over your shoulder, press your hips into the floor, and come back down. Beautiful. Let's just switch the arms around. And now lift your head up. Look over your right shoulder. And come down. And two more times. In your own time. Just look up or lift up. Look back. If you begin feeling it in your lower back, then you're lifting even less. Maybe you're pressing your hips harder into the floor. Or maybe you can even roll something under your hips to keep them even more stable. So this time you're lifting your whole arm, lifting up, and then look back over your shoulder and come back to center and down. Lift arm and head, and lift your left foot off the floor now, and then look over your shoulder towards that foot. Keep your spine nice and long, lots of room between the top of your head and your tailbone, and slowly come back down. Two more times. Everything together, lifting everything up. Look over your shoulder and slowly calm back down. Lift everything together. Long neck and spine. Look over your shoulder and slowly calm back down. Now bring your hands under your shoulders and bend your knees. Now really slowly and gently, you're going to drop both your feet to one side. You feel how it kind of releases your tailbone a little bit, and then go over to the other side. So not moving fast at all, just a little wiggle on that hip from side to side. So hopefully you can feel some tension release here. All right, let's come on to one side. And you're going to stack your legs in 90 degrees, one on top of the other. And you can place your pillow now under your head so that your head is aligned with your body. Now you want to pull that bottom shoulder a little bit in and pull that upper hip away from you so that you have a little bit of room under here. So you're not completely collapsing into the floor. You're holding your posture in alignment. Place that upper arm on top of the lower arm, and now open your arm straight up to the ceiling. Now you're going to open from your spine, so just a slight little twist up to the ceiling. So don't let that arm fall back, it's just staying in your back. And then close. Make sure you're nice and lifted underneath. And lift up. Open up nice and slow. It's coming from the spine. Spine is gently twisting. And come back. One more time. So you're nice and lifted here under your chest, under the side of your body. And come back. All right, good job. Now you can relax into the floor completely. And you're going to let that arm come down to your hips. And then reach behind. And as you reach behind, you'll let your body follow the arm. So it kind of just falls open. Arm continues on with that circle above the head, reaching across your chest, and now follow the arm so you come back onto your side. Okay, let's do it again. Arm comes down and then it goes behind your body. Body follows the arm, just falls open. And crossing the chest, pulling the body back. One more time, arm comes down, behind the body, body follows the arm, opens up, arm crossing the face, and pulling the body back. Good job. Now push yourself up to seated. And let's just swing around and do the same thing on the other side. So stacking your legs, one on top of the other. Pulling that bottom shoulder in and pulling your upper hip away so that your chest and your torso is not collapsing into the floor. And you're going to relax your head and then open your arm up and then open your chest. And come back. Open up. And back. Open your arm up. And then the chest goes. And come back to the side. Now fully relax into the mat. Arm comes down to the hip, across the hip. Body follows the arm. So now we can get a little bit more mobile in that lower back as well. Arm is crossing the face and then pulling the body back. So see how the mobility is not forced at all. It's just kind of a consequence of moving and just letting our body slide out of its position. Pull back. One more circle. Open up. And come back. Good job. Let's take that pillow away. And now lay onto your back as we did in the beginning. Feet are nice and planted into the floor. And now lift your head off the floor. Lift your chest off the floor. So you'll see how your lower back is going to naturally just begin pushing into the floor. And now slowly roll down to the mat. The arms come up above the head, nice and slow. And now make a big circle with the arms. And from here, begin lifting your chest again. And roll down slowly, slowly. Inhale here. Exhale, wrap around. Lift your chest. And inhale on the way down. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Oh, let's do only one more. Inhale down. Exhale. Lift up. And now you're going to bring your knees to your chest. And relax your head and your upper body down on the floor. Good job. Now you're going to push one knee into your chest and hold. And release and push the other, or pull rather, pull the other knee into the chest. And just alternate. So one knee in. And then the other. And finally, both knees. Hug them close into the chest. One more breath. All right, let's come on to the side. And sit up. Good job. Cross at the ankles. And we'll finish off class as we always do, just lifting the arms up above the head. And exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. And exhale down. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you here next time. Ciao.